Good morning, everyone. This is the second session related to Unit 4, detection of radar signals in noise and radar receivers. So we are dealing with radar detection of radar signals in the noise. So the first topic is we have seen the introduction part and what is match filter. In this class, we will see the response characteristics and derivation. So matched filter means which maximizes the what is the definition of matched filter? Which maximizes the signal to noise ratio at the output of the receiver. It is possible when and only when the input signal frequency spectrum must be must be a replica of the impulse response of the receiver. So impulse response of the receiver and the input signal spectrum must be as a replica to each other. Then only this is possible. That is signal to noise ratio at the output of the receiver will be maximum. Now we will see some derivation which is related to matched filter, how the uh, frequen- uh, frequency spectrum of matched filter should be, how it will. Now we will see that one. Right. The derivation of matched filter characteristics. This is done with the help of Cuevage inequality method. I think we know what is meant by Cuevage inequality method. That we will see while we are deriving this one. So it will be provided the frequency response of the filter. So here the filter that we are going to consider for the receiver, radar receiver is LTI system. LTI means what? Linear time invariant. So almost all practical systems must be LTI systems only, right? So which maximizes the peak signal to noise ratio. This is the frequency spectrum. This is the frequency spectrum. What we have to This is the frequency spectrum of the matched filter. H of f equal to GA into S conjugate of f e power minus j 2 pi f t1. So what we know, GA is nothing but gain, S conjugate of f is nothing but complex conjugate of input signal spectrum. That is the signal which is received by the radar. And e power minus j omega t1. T1 is the point where we are going to have maximum output peak signal will be appeared at T1 instead of T1. Let us see. So if you consider an LTI system, the input of the system and output of the system, if you consider input of the system, if it is x1 of t, x of t, and output of this LTI system is y of t. Let us consider. What is y of t? This is LTI system with impulse response as h of. So what is y of t? Y of t is the output of an LTI system. Y of t is an output of an LTI system, which is nothing but convolution of x of t and h of t. This one we already know. It is the basic of any signals and systems. Any continuous time system which will take x1 of t and y of t is the output of a system which will be related with the function called convolution. Right, let it be. If you wanted to have this y of t must be a maximum, it should have a maximum peak. When it will be having maximum peak, that is nothing but T1. At an instant of T1, we are going to expect that the signal power will be maximum at T1. And by considering this particular, the noise which is going to be present in that particular received signal is stationary and white noise. We know what is meant by stationary, what is meant by white noise, which will have uniform spectral density. It means to say that the the noise power is distributed to all frequencies equally. Nothing but we are going to have the spectrum like this. The PSG of noise, it is uniform for all frequencies. Such type of noise, we are assuming that it is added to the signal which is received by the radar. Then we have to find out this particular RF. RF will give you that square of the maximum average signal power divided by noise power. Square of the average signal power and noise. So where this one modulus of S naught of t maximum is the maximum output voltage, output to signal voltage, and N is the mean noise power at the receiver output. These are the two important things we have to know. This RF is the ratio of square of the maximum value of output voltage that is related to the signal divided by the mean power of the receiver at the output. We have to consider this ratio in order to derive further equation. Right. The ratio RF is the twice of the average signal to noise power ratio when the input signal is S of t is a rectangular sine wave pulse. What is meant by rectangular sine wave pulse? So rectangular sine wave pulse is we are going to transmit a continuous wave signal to the radar, and the same signal will be reflected back. But there will be some changes in the amplitude, frequency, phase, let it be. But it is looking like a reflected signal will be looking like a sinusoidal in some time when it is transmitted for finite duration. Then this will be 0 voltage, and again it will go for the signal will be looking like this. It is at the input of the receiver. Such S of t will be received if you take the average signal to noise power ratio R for that particular frequency, for that particular signal is given as modulus of S of t, S naught of t whole square divided by N. What is this S naught of t? S naught of t is the output of the filter, output of the filter, output of the matched filter. The signal power is equal to S naught of t modulus of whole square maximum divided by N. Right. When the input signal S of t, the output voltage of the filter with the frequency function h of f is defined like this. So output of the signal, output of the matched filter S naught of t is nothing but, so it is passed to the filter, right? This filter having some frequency response h of f. So we are going to have h of f into S of f. S of f is nothing but what? The received signal is S of t. The received signal is S of t. If you take Fourier transform for that, we will have S of f. So S of f into h of f e power j 2 pi ft df integral over minus infinity to infinity. This is the magnitude of the output signal of the matched filter. Output signal of the matched filter. So here in the frequency domain where we are verifying, the input is in received signal in frequency domain, it is defined with S of f. So output of the signal, output of the system is we are going to take S naught of f. S naught of f. And this is the matched filter. This matched filter having frequency response as or transfer function as h of f. What is S naught of f in frequency domain? In frequency domain, output of any continuous time system is equal to multiplication of input and filter frequency response. That is equal to S of f into h of f. But what we need to do here, it is S naught of t. S naught of t is possible just by taking inverse Fourier transform for the S of f into h of f. This is what we did here. We have taken this entire term inverse Fourier transform as the term S of f into h of f e power j 2 pi f t df and modulus underscore under integral over minus infinity to plus infinity. This is nothing but S naught of t modulus. The mean noise power, if you consider, this is equal to n naught by 2 integral over minus infinity to infinity modulus of h of f whole square df. So what this particular mean value is, here we have transmitted input for the h of f is s of f is given, we have output as s naught of f. Similarly, if you supply with some noise, output noise will be having the power n equal to output of this noise which is passed through the filter n is equal to n naught by 2 integral over minus infinity to infinity modulus of h of f whole square df. So here we have considered n naught by 2. Here we have considered n naught by 2. Why we have taken n naught by 2 is the limit is extended from minus infinity to infinity, so only we have taken n by 2. So I said you it is a uniform white Gaussian white noise. So the power will be associated like this. It is uniform throughout all frequencies. It is uniform throughout all frequencies with the power of n naught by 2. N naught by. This is the power spectral density of or noise power of output of the matched filter. So here we have two conclusions here. One is what is the output signal of the matched filter we got, and the second one is what is the noise power at the output of the filter we got. Now we have to write again the RF. What is RF? Modulus of S naught of t whole square maximum divided by n. So we are going to substitute these two results here. So RF equal to modulus of integral over minus infinity to infinity s of f into h of f e power j 2 pi f d1 df modulus of whole square divided by, so n naught by 2 integral over minus infinity to infinity modulus of h of f whole square df. So if you see this particular equation, we can't able to solve this one. So only the possibility is we have to go for inequalities. Inequality principles, we have different inequality principles. Among that, for this particular instant, we are taking Cabbage inequality process, where this is the process. If integral over p into p dx integral over q into q dx is always greater than integral over p into q dx whole square. So this is what the Cabbage inequality. So if you take this particular Cabbage inequality comparison with the above equation, we'll come to know what is P, what is Q. You take this particular case. You take integral over minus integral over P into P dx. You take this side. You take a Q. Integral over Q into Q dx to this particular side as a denominator. We will have the equation like. So integral over p into p is equal to is always greater than or equal to integral over p into q dx by integral over q into q dx. So if we compare this equation, we will have what is meant by p, what is meant by q. So if you see this particular s of f into e power j 2 pi f t1 df will be considered as the function p. H of f will be considered as q. Then this equation will be satisfied. So p equal to s of f into e power j 2 pi f t1 and q equal to h of f. Right. So by this we can have some conclusion here, right? So we have divided it. Integral over this one. This is q into q. This is p into p. This is again q into q. So we got this equation as integral over minus infinity to infinity modulus of f of f s of f whole square df divided by n naught by 2. So RF. So from this we can say this particular s of f modulus of s of f whole square df is nothing but power of a received signal. We know the Parseval's theorem. Sorry, not a power, energy. So Parseval's theorem, we know integral over minus infinity to infinity modulus of s of f whole square df is equal to integral over minus infinity to infinity s square of t dt. That is nothing but the energy of the signal. So if you see this Parseval's relationship, we can rewrite this equation as this entire numerator will become the energy, and n naught by 2 as it is we have taken, that 2 is taken for the again for the numerator here. So RF is always less than or equal to 2e by n naught. RF is always less than or equal to by 2e by n naught. Now we will see some conclusion here. See this one. The interesting property of the Matrix filter is that no matter what the shape of the input signal waveform, number one, the maximum ratio of the peak signal to the mean power is simply twice the energy contaminated in the energy signal divided by noise power per hertz of the bandwidth n naught. The conclusion is very. So the Matrix filter output is depends upon the energy and the noise power associated with each and every frequency component. Only this is the conclusion. But is there any effect from the shape of the received signal? No. Only the energy is the parameter that we are going to affect this particular Matrix filter. So the shape of irrespective of the shape of the received signal, the output signal to noise ratio is always, it depends upon 2 times of direction proportional to 2 times that of energy divided by noise power. This is what conclusion. So here we have to draw 2 important conclusions. Number one is ratio of peak signal power to the mean noise power. So signal to noise ratio output of a matched filter is depends upon number one, twice the energy associated with the received signal, but not with the shape of the signal. That is one conclusion. And the second one is it is inversely proportional to the noise power per hertz. The noise power per hertz. That is nothing but noise power per hertz throughout all the bandwidth. These are the 2 important things that this signal to noise ratio output of a matched filter will depends upon. The next topic is correlation function and cross correlation receiver. So what is meant by correlation? What is meant by correlation? Correlation is nothing but it is used to measure similarity between any 2 input signals. Correlation is a function to find out the similarity between any 2 functions. Cross correlation means it is also a correlation function only, but the comparison will be taken with the 2 different signals. Comparison will be done for 2 different signals. So correlation function, cross correlation receiver, that we will see now. So let us see the output of the matched filter is proportional to the input signal cross correlated with the replica of transmitted signal except for the time delay t1. So we have seen this matched filter and this is the input signal and this is the matched filter impulse response. These two are same, but it is a replica about T1. T1 is the point where we are going to have maximum peak power. So if you take matched filter here, which will have some impulse response as h of t, input as x of t, and output as y of t. if we consider, we have to consider the correlation of these two. If we correlate these two, we know how to do correlation. We have to take this particular h of t over here, and this h of t must be moved to the right side. When we are moving to the right side, we have to take area, common area between them, and till it leaves the entire signal, we have to find out this correlation. It is maximum when it reaches to the T1. It is maximum at T1. This is what matched filter. This is what is the signal input received signal and impulse response of the system. So these two are replica to each other. That's why we have seen here. It is the replica of transmitted signal S of t and input signal correlated with the replica of transmitted signal. So the cross correlation function R of t of two signals is defined like this. This is the definition of a cross correlation. Here we have two signals here, y of lambda and s of lambda. Let us consider. These two signals cross correlation will be defined like this. We have to take the same signal as it is, and again second signal will be taken with a delay of t. So y of t, s of delta minus s of lambda minus d lambda. This is the cross correlation definition. Cross correlation of two signals. Cross correlation of two signals. Now y naught of t is the filter output. Let us consider y naught of t is the output of the filter, and y in input to the filter. Input to the filter is having both signal as well as noise. So s of t plus noise n of t. Then output of the filter is y of t is equal to input of the filter is one thing, and another one is we have to pass through the impulse response of the filter. So h of t minus lambda. So input signal is y input of lambda, one input. So h of t minus lambda into d lambda. This is the output. This is the correlation. This is the correlation. Sorry. This is the convolution of two signals. Convolution. So input to the system is now y in. Output of the system is y out. Input of the system is y in. Output of the system is y naught. And impulse response is h of t. In such cases, how to define output? Output y equal to convolution of y input with h of t. This is what they have written here. This is the convolution process. This is the correlation. This is the convolution. Right. If the filter is matched filter, h of lambda is nothing but s of t1 minus lambda. So what here we are doing is we have received signal is y input of lambda. H of t minus lambda is the filter impulse response. Input signal is the same as h of t with as a replica. So this h of lambda we are going to take as s of t1 minus lambda. Why we have taken this one? Because we already have seen in the previous figure, y of t and h of t both are same as a replica. So we have considered this h of lambda as now s of t1 minus lambda. If you substitute in this equation, we can rewrite this one: y naught of t equal to integral over minus infinity to infinity y input of lambda, and this entire h of t minus lambda will be h of t minus lambda will be replaced with s of t minus lambda. So by substituting that particular thing, we can write the signal like this. So in place of this is h of lambda, what we need h of t minus lambda we need. So we have to consider this t minus lambda instead of this one. So we can write this particular s of t1 minus t plus lambda into d lambda. This is nothing but r of t minus t1. R of T minus T1. Thus, the matching filter forms a cross correlation between a received signal corrupted by noise and replica of transmitted signal. This is what the conclusion. The output of the matched filter, is nothing but it is the correlation. It is the correlation of received signal, and the signal which is corrupted with noise. This is a signal which corrupted with noise, and that signal which is transmitted. Signal corrupted by noise, Y in, and the replica of transmitted signal as S of T1 minus T plus lambda. So this is the cross correlation of two signals, Y input of lambda and S T1 minus T plus lambda. So here Y naught of T is the output of the matched filter. So conclusion here, just check it out. Output of cross correlation, output of a matched filter is nothing but it is the cross correlation of input signal which is received from the free space correlation with the time delayed version of the transmitted signal. Or otherwise we can say here the signal corrupted by noise is called input signal, and H of T is nothing but what? A replica of the transmitted signal. So this is the conclusion. So this is what they have written here. So output of matched filter is as the cross correlation between the input signal and delayed replica of the transmitted signal. It implies that matched filter receiver can be replaced by cross correlation receiver that performs the same mathematical operation as shown below. So this entire process that we are going to do with this particular thing. So what it is, this is the receiver. This is the receiver of radar receiver it is. This radar receiver will be received two inputs here. One is the signal which is received from the free space. That is Y input of T. It may be contaminated with some noise. Then this is the transmitter section. From transmitter section, we are going to supply as a reference signal delayed by some amount of TR. So this is the transmitter section of the radar. From transmitter section, we are supplying some signal here. S of T minus TR, one input. Another input is received signal. Just by taking here multiplication, followed by a low pass filter, we will have the output. This is the output of a matched filter, or we can say that matched filter is implemented here with cross correlation receiver. Why it is named as cross correlation? It is taking the similarity measurement of received signal with delayed version of the stored or transmitted signal. This is the transmitted signal what we have transmitted to the free space. This is the signal what we received from the target. So this is the process of implementing the cross correlation function with cross correlation receiver as replacement for the matched filter. Right. The next concept is efficiency of non-matched filters. So matched filter means what? Which should maximize the signal to noise ratio as an output of a filter. It is possible when and only when the two inputs for the matched filter must be with the same frequency response. It means to say that S of T and H of T. S of T is the received signal and H of T is the filter filter impulse response. If you take convolution of those two, we should have maximum signal to noise ratio. That is possible when these two must be a replica to each other. If it is not like that, means the filter that we are using is not having the frequency response equal to the received signal frequency response. In such cases, definitely there will be degradation in the performance. Let us see how it will be. In practice, the matched filter cannot always be obtained exactly. Therefore, the efficiency of non-matched filters is compared with the ideal matched filters. The measure of efficiency is taken as a peak signal to noise ratio from the non-matched filter divided by peak signal to noise ratio 2E by N naught from the matched filter. We are going to take this particular reference 2E by N naught, the parameter. This is what the comparison. If you see, you will see the first table, then we'll go for this. The input signal based on different input signals. Input signal is rectangular pulse, and the filter that we are going to take for filtering out is rectangular filter, and bandwidth is 1.34. This is the loss 0.85. 0.85 loss in SNR compared with the matched filter in decibels 0.85. So 0 is Gaussian pulse as an input, Gaussian filter we have taken, and bandwidth is 0.44. The loss is 0. The loss is 0. This is the matched filter. If you compare all these things, we'll come to know this particular 0.88. What is this one? So a rectangular pulse is transmitted and received, and one stage single tuned circuit if you use as a filter, then we will have the loss of 0.88. 0.88. 0.88 means what? It is more high. It is high. So efficiency of non-matched filters, if you take for comparison of different input signals, this is the loss. 0 means it is a matched filter. We have to compare this one with the all parameters. This is what they have explained here with some efficiency point of view. It is a single tuned RLC resonance passband. This is the rectangular shaped passband, and a single tuned one stage. This is a comparison
Sure. సార్ మ్యూట్ లో ఉంది సార్ మీది వాయిస్ వినపడట్లేదు సార్.
సార్ వాయిస్ వినపడడం లేదు సార్.
Hello. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
ఓకే సార్.
When it was happened? ఎప్పటి నుంచి?
5
no,
minutes
sir.
Huh?
5 minutes.
Okay. So I will repeat it, not a problem.
ఓకే సార్.
So the next concept is matched filter with white noise. I am repeating the topic. So the input signal which is applied to the receiver or received signal will be with a added with noise. That noise is may be white, may not be white. If it is assumed to be a white noise, we know white noise power spectral density, how it is looking like. So this is the power spectral density of a white noise. It is being with the PSD of uniform PSD throughout all frequency components. That is N0 by 2. Throughout all frequency components, it is having uniform power spectrum. So in that case, if you take the matrix filter frequency response, that is equal to H of f equal to GA into S conjugate of e power minus j 2 pi f t1. If you consider the signal, the noise is not white noise. In real time, the input signal, the received signal may not be affected with only white noise. For experimental purpose only, we used to take the noise which is added to the received signal is white noise. But in practical, the noise may be with anything. Maybe white or maybe Gaussian or some other, we don't know. So that noise also, if you consider the frequency spectrum of matched filter will be varied. This is equal to H of f. Where the noise is considered here as a denominator. If you take this denominator is equal to 1, it is being with GA into S conjugate of f e power minus j 2 pi f t. This is a noise matched filter transfer function, assuming that the filter the noise is Gaussian white. Here it is a filter frequency response of a non-white noise matched filter. H of f here it is called as a non-white noise matched filter. So still we can write that one as H of f equal to G1 by Ni of f into Ga S of f divided by Ni of f conjugate e power minus j 2 pi f t. So this is the non-white noise matched filter. So for this class, we will conclude up to this point. In the next class, we will see noise figure and noise temperature. So till this point is only detecting the signals in the noise, in the presence of noise. In the next class onwards, we are going to take the next part. So noise figure and temperature, display types, and these are all belongs to one category. And remaining topics will be related to the antennas and arrays. Any doubts are there, you can ask me, otherwise we'll conclude the session. we'll conclude the session, and tomorrow we'll see the remaining topics. Thank you.